Good morning, everyone. This is Mark Solomon, your financial guide for special needs families. Happy Tuesday to you. I hope you guys are having a great day. Today, I don't know. I don't know where you live, but summer is here already. We've had upper 90s. Actually, 2 days ago, it was 100 where I live. And to some of you, that's unfathomable. To us, it's like regular, regular summer weather, June, July, August, always hot, even September. But I'm hope you're having a great day. It's beautiful outside. It's still going to be warm today, but we are looking forward to a great day today. I hope you are too. I hope you're having as few challenges as possible today as a special needs parent. I hope you have a smooth day. And if any challenges do arise, I hope the Lord blesses you with relief and grace. Okay, so let's move forward. So today's topic is just Medicaid. Why Medicaid? Well, to a lot of you, this is going to seem very basic, but I wouldn't go away because you may hear something you haven't heard before. You may learn something you didn't know before, or you may get a refresher of something you weren't thinking about that now you can implement, or you can take into your memory bank and keep it there so that you can use it in the future. Okay, and for those of you who are not that familiar with how Medicaid works for special needs families, we're going to go over, the basic ins and outs of what Medicaid is, what you use it for, and why. Why would you need it, right? Well, Mark, I have a good income and I have insurance at my work and my child's on my insurance. What would I need Medicaid for? In California, it's called Medi-Cal. In other states, they have another name for it, but it's still the federally funded medical supplemental program called Medicaid. So let's get started, all right? This is Mark Solomon, your financial guide for special needs families, bringing you simple ideas and strategies to help lower your financial pressures today so you can get back to what's most important, taking care of your family. So I have a paper right here, and it's basically the definition of what Medicaid is. I'm going to read that first and then kind of not really expound on it, but have a conversation about it so that there's no confusion or there's questions answered. Or if you have a question, as always, our calendar link is always below. You can click on it, set a complimentary consultation. We're more than happy to talk to you for 30, 40, or even 60 minutes about your concerns, about your budget, your financial program, the ins and outs of all the special needs things and services that are available to you and your family in regard to your special needs financial plan. Okay? So Medicaid, I'm going to read it. Medicaid, funded by both the federal and state governments. This program varies greatly depending on location. In most states, if a child with disability receives SSI, supplementary security income, he or she is automatically qualified for Medicaid. Did you not know that? Automatically qualified for Medicaid. But people say, well, Mark, I make too much money. They tell me I can't get Medicaid. You're not qualified, but your child is. There may be what's called a waiver program in your state. It may be called something else, but in most states, your child has SSI, they can get Medicaid. In other states, the child may qualify based on meeting the income and resource requirements. In addition, that means, depending on how much money you make, baseline is 138% of the federal poverty level, FPL. That means whatever the federal poverty level is, you multiply that number by 138%. That's it. So if the federal poverty level is $30,000, 138% of that. I don't know the number off the top of my head. If it was $10,000, you would add another $38,000 to that number, making it, No, if it's $10,000, you'd add another $3,800. If it was $100,000, it's $38,000. Whatever the federal poverty level is, multiply it by 138%. That's per person. It can go as high as 405% depending on how many family members you have. See, there's a difference. People go, well, I don't qualify. I don't know. You got five people in your family, you got five kids, the number and the percentage goes up depending on your income. So check it. There's a chart. You can go to the ssa.gov and look it up. It's there. Okay. So getting back, so for some Medicaid waiver programs, if the child is cared for at home, but requires the level of care provided in an institution, he or she can be found eligible. In addition to covering health care, the program pays for durable medical equipment. If you don't know what that means, wheelchairs, braces, crutches, canes, whatever is considered durable medical, depending upon the state's waiver programs, in-home support, and other community-based services. So let me read that sentence again. In addition to covering health care, the program pays for durable medical equipment and, depending upon the state's waiver programs, each state is different, in-home support and other community-based services. So your state, like our state, has something called IHSS. In Florida, they call it something else. In Colorado, they call it something else. In Washington State, I believe they call it something else. I don't know what they have in your state. They have something in New York as well in regard to in-home supportive services programs, which is extra funding for medical and physical needs for special needs children and adults. Given long waiting lists for many waiver programs, it may be important to sign up early. There is in the northern Texas, in North Texas, there is a Facebook group. And because I haven't spoken to her, I won't tell you what her name is, but she runs the group and she's one of the sharpest tools in the box. And she tells all her members that, and supposedly they changed this in Texas. I don't know if it went through or not. Find out where you are, but they might have changed it to only 2-year waiting list. I don't know if it went through or not. Have to double check. But before then, if it was not, it was a 15-year waiting list to get the waivers, the waiver stuff, the waiver funding in Texas for extra income, for extra services providing, right? So she was saying, hey, when your baby's born in Texas, sign up for the waivers, because as far as day one goes, you don't know if there's going to be a disability down the road. If they get diagnosed at 3, 5, or 12, it's easier to wait 15 years from 0 than 3, 5, or 12. Does that make sense? That makes them qualified sooner. My hope is that 2-year thing went in. And if it did, that's fantastic. I would still do it when they're born. Gets them to the front of the line faster. Okay? So there you go. There's that definition. What I would say to you about the things that are necessary in regard to Medicaid, Medi-Cal, any other state that you're in. Understand your eligibility status. Know that your child, if they're on SSI, that means they already have a qualifying disability. The government's already said, yes, they qualify. So it's just up to you to find out exactly how your child will qualify in your state. In California, we have something called the regional center system, where regional centers are the distribution of services from between, it's like a go-between, it's like a middleman between the government of California and the consumer. It's called the regional center. You have to become a client of the regional center. And that just means you have to have a qualifying disability. If you have a qualifying disability, your child can qualify for SSI. If your child qualifies for SSI or they are in the regional center system, they also can get what's called the Medi-Cal waiver. And the Medi-Cal waiver in California lets your child in on Medi-Cal whether or not you qualify with your income and your assets, right? Asset limits, income limits, they all matter. And I brought up this earlier. If you have a higher income and you have a great benefits at work and your child is getting great care, fine. But guess what you're going to find out down the road? You're going to ask for a therapy. You're going to ask for a piece of medical equipment. You're going to ask for a medication or some piece of durable medical, right? And your insurance is going to say no, or they're going to say we're not going to cover all of it, or that one falls under this provision and you have to come up with 20%, 50%, 80%. And it's always something that's very expensive, like a new wheelchair or braces or a new medication or a therapy, right? That's where Medicaid comes in. Medicaid can help supplement and kick in and pay for things that your insurance program may not pay for, or the cost, uh, needs to be supplemented. And those are things you can find out once you qualify and get Medicaid slash Medi-Cal slash whatever your state is for your child, right? And that's a benefit to you. Plus, if you're already in the system and they already have it, your child, when they hit age of majority at 18, it just makes the transition into Medicaid for themselves easier. So you might as well consider it. It's a benefit to you and your child. Anything helps, even if it's 5 cents. If you don't have to take it out of your pocket, I consider it a win. Okay. Now, we've been worried about Medicaid cuts and things like that. I've looked at the material. I did a video on getting yourself informed. I could be wrong, and let me know if I am, but I've read a flow chart on all of the provisions, where they're at, what the bill is and what it says in the bill they want to change, and then contingencies of results. So far, all the things proposed, anything that could or possibly affect your special needs child, which I didn't see really anything that could, they're not going to be implemented immediately anyway. The only things that are implemented immediately are gender, what do they call that? Gender care. And whatever you think falls under gender care, that's the only thing that would immediately change. Everything else is 2026, 2027, 2035. The Lord will be already come back by then. So it doesn't even matter. But I'm telling you, those are the dates if the bill passes for most of the provisions that I saw on this flow chart. And it's extensive and I was looking at it, so I could have missed something. So please forgive me if I did. But from my point of view, it doesn't look like there's anything that's going to be a problem. What the big problem could be is at your state level. So I would say, as I said before, take a look what's going on in your state. What monies are being spent on in-home supportive services? Where are the money's going? Are you on hold for Medi-Cal or Medicaid services because of extra expenditures in your state? Take a look at what those extra expenditures can be, because as far as I'm concerned, our special needs children, the citizens of our United States, everybody who qualifies should be taken care of. Okay? In your state, it looks different than other states, but qualification is qualification. If your child is qualified, they should be able to get the services. There shouldn't be waiting. There shouldn't be questions or concerns from the government. It's already provided for. Please ask us questions if you're confused or concerned, or if you've had challenges dealing with the SSA in regard to getting services. But what I'm telling you is, as disabled citizens of this country, whether they be children or adults, if the provisions are in place, they should be able to get the provisions. They should be given. Our taxpayer dollars go to this to the tune of hundreds of billions of dollars a year. Hundreds. I mean, California alone, the budget for California is pushing $700 billion a year. The revenue in California is over $700 billion a year. So, when they say, oh, we don't have money, this, that, and the other, we'll find out where the money's going. Find out where it's wasted. Find out where it's misused. Find out, look, I looked at a Newsweek article today that had a chart explaining by state how much monies are being spent on special needs programs. Okay. Whatever topic or subject you're looking for and who they're being spent on, you can find that information. Find it. And if you don't like what you see, make a phone call to your local office, your state office, get on the horn and start doing something, because we are a large population in this country and in this state. Our voices will not be silent. We are advocates for our children. Let's continue to be so and work together, because this community that we're in, we lean on each other and we help each other. If you need help, lean on us and we can get you information in regard to what these situations are in your state. It's easy to find the information, okay? But when it comes to Medicaid, your child, if they qualify due to their disability and or you qualify due to your income, look up on the ssa.gov. There are charts and information on how you qualify and if you do or don't, and in your state about how your child can qualify if as an income or asset situation in your family you don't. They're one way or another, your child should be able to get Medicaid if they can get SSI. So thank you so much. Look, like I said, if you have questions or you want answers, do me a favor, set a complimentary consultation. And they're in the comments below here on YouTube and on Facebook. And look, if you're on Facebook and you're not on YouTube, get on YouTube and subscribe. We're still looking to get to 1,000 people on YouTube. We're getting closer every week. So thank you so much for clicking and subscribing. We love you all out there. We're working for you. Remember, all our consultations are complimentary, and we're looking to help you if you need help. So thank you so much. This has been Mark Solomon, your financial guide for special needs families, bringing you simple ideas and strategies to help lower your financial pressures today so you can get back to what's most important, taking care of your family. Thank you so much for tuning in. God bless you, and we will talk to you soon. Take care now. Bye-bye.